Hey guys, so today I am going to be talking about the book 4 Weeks, 5 People by Jennifer Yu. Why do the cats always choose to play with their noisiest toys while I am recording? Sorry about that. Anyways, before I start this review, I need to say a few warnings. This book contains a lot of hard content for some people. It includes lots of mental illnesses, including OCD, depression, eating disorders, and personality disorders. It also includes some things about suicide. So if you feel like any of that would bother you in any way, I would not suggest reading this book. So I loved this book and I cried over this book. So I was very shocked when I found out this book was not that popular. On Instagram, it only has like 30 some posts with the hashtag of the name. On Goodreads, it only has like 400 some reviews. It's not a very popular book at all, and that's why I decided to do this video today, is to share this amazing book with you guys, because it was so amazing and it really got to me. The writing was amazing and it was just amazing, and I loved it so much, and I can't express what I loved for this book. Just trust me, after I'm done with this review, after you're done watching it, go buy this book, order it online, go to a bookstore and buy it, because it is really amazing. So basically this book is about 5 teenagers who have mental issues go to this camp over summer for a month to help them get over their issues. So these characters are, I love them all. Love you. Love you. The first character I'm going to talk to you guys about is Clarissa, and wow, I've never said her name out loud. That felt weird. But okay, anyways, so Clarissa, what the heck? So Callistra. So Calissa, we're gonna call her C because I can't say her name. So, and it's such a basic name, like Calissa. So C has OCD. That sounds weird. C has OCD. This video is failing, guys. I am so sorry. So they actually, at the beginning of the book, they don't say that C has OCD, but you can kind of figure it out if you know anything about OCD, because she basically everything has to be at 7 or she'll freak out. Like if there's not trees in the group of 7, she'll like freak out. She always has to count to 7 multiple times, so she starts having a panic attack, and that is why she's going to this camp. Her mom is always asking her if she's okay and how she's feeling, and it's really hard for her to deal with. It just gives her more anxiety, and her mom wants her to go to this camp, and yeah, they just both are hoping she gets better. And C is such a kind-hearted person. She's such a sweetheart. You guys will all fall in love with her. I fell in love with her. She has a cute little romance in it, and that is not a spoiler because I'm not going to tell you who, but she has an adorable romance, and it's so cute because she's such a sweetheart. The next character I'm going to talk about is Andrew, and Andrew is my absolute favorite character of this book. He was the main thing that made this book really stand out to me. I loved his character. Like, loved his character. Like, I absolutely fell in love with his character. Like, his character is awesome. I was so invested in his character, and I was so obsessed with his character, and I want to know more about his character, but I'm not going to, and it makes me really, really sad. So Andrew is in a band, and it's called the Urethra Moment, I think. I don't know. That's not important. Anyways, basically, at one point, him and his band decided that they didn't look like other bands that were famous did. So they all started to try and not eat so they could get thinner and look like the other bands. And the rest of his band members lost some weight and then kind of, just stopped and didn't care. But for Andrew, he could not stop caring about his weight, and it became an obsession, and before he knew it, it became a full-blown eating disorder. And so that is why he has come to this camp, is to help with his eating disorder. And I can tell you his journey is absolutely heartbreaking, because he is like a really good person in this book, and he's just a good person, guys. You need to learn about Andrew, because he's a great person. Like, I was so obsessed with this character. Even he was the only teenager in this book who willingly came to this camp. Like, his parents suggested it to him, and he said yes, because he really did want to get better. Our next character we are going to talk about is Ben, and I never specifically knew what mental illness Ben had, but he was like obsessed with movies, and he just like, he really had a false sense of reality, and all he cared about was movies, and his parents just felt like he wasn't, I guess, normal, because he should interact more with the world and people and not just watch movies. I mean, I relate to his character a lot, because like me and books, I'm close to books like he is to movies, but my parents aren't sending me off to a camp. Anyways, guys, that is not the point of this. So yeah, he was just he didn't have like a right sense of reality, so his parents sent him to this camp to hopefully get over, not his love of movies necessarily, but just start to get, lack of better words, more of a life, and not just watch movies, and also interact with real people. I loved his character. Also, his character was, I didn't love his character as much as Andrew and C, because I can't say her name, so we're going to keep saying C. I liked their characters a lot more, but he was still a really good character, and I still enjoyed him being in the book. He had his bad moments. He really did. He had some bad moments, but he was still a great character. The next character I am going to talk about is Stella, and they never exactly said what her mental illness was either, but they did mention that she tried to kill herself, so we're going to assume it's kind of like a depression, suicidal type thing was the reason she was there. Stella is not an amateur at this camp. She was there last year, and she got sent back, and she does not want to be there at all. She's just arrogant about the whole situation. You can tell she does not want to be there at all. She rolls her eyes all the time. She sneaks alcohol into the camp and gives some to the other 5 people there, and she just doesn't want to be there, and she doesn't think she's going to get any better. She just thinks life is miserable and never going to get any better. At the beginning of this, I really was annoyed by her. She just seemed like a negative person. But by the end of this, her character, I feel like out of all of them, her character grew the most. Even though she wasn't my absolute favorite character, her character grew the most, I feel like, and learned the most in this book, and it was just amazing to watch. So I think you guys should definitely read this book to see her progress. And also, the author is coming out with a book in October, and it's basically about her before story, Stella's before story, like before this book happened, before she went to the camp, kind of what happened to lead her to be suicidal, basically. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, the author is coming out with a new book that's about Stella and before what happened with this camp. So I am really excited about that, but that has nothing to do with this book, but I'm so excited about that. The last character I am going to talk about is Mason, and I did not like Mason at all. However, I think his character was very helpful to the book, because I think it showed like a lot of different perspectives on mental illness, and not all people have mental illnesses are depressed and really shy and don't want to talk to people. Mason is exactly the opposite. He is really stuck up. He has some type of personality disorder. I think it starts with an N. Narcissistic, maybe? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Somebody in the comments. Somebody let me know what it is, because I'm sure somebody knows, but I just can't remember exactly what it is. But he is basically really stuck up and overly confident and just thinks he's way better than everybody else. He's always doing mean things to people, and his parents are sick of all the mistakes and things he makes because he thinks he's better than everybody else. So they send him in this camp to try and get over that point in his life. And I mean, like I said, his character was definitely not my favorite. It was the least favorite out of the 5, but I feel like it did give a different perspective on mental illness. I feel like a lot of people, when they picture mental illness, they think of somebody who is just depressed and thinks badly of themselves, but that is not always the case. So basically, this book is just about these 5 people who go to try and get help with their mental illness, and you get to see their fails, their successes, and it's just an amazing journey to go on with these people. The best things that I liked about this book was there was a part where they basically talked about grief, and I found it very helpful. Some of you may know I recently, not really that recently, but in the last year I lost my puppy, and it definitely helped me. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just letting you guys know there's this part, and I don't know if it'll affect everybody the same, because maybe not any of you haven't lost someone recently, but because I have just lost my puppy it's probably like 6 months ago, it definitely helped me get a different perspective on it. Even though some time has passed, I still need all the help I can get to get over her, and what they said in this book was very interesting. Oh my gosh, my house is possessed. I just heard my door move. I'm so scared. Nobody's home. Guys, this kills me to do a non-spoiler review, because I want to talk about all of the things that happened in this book, because lots of it has me very emotional, some of it has me upset, some of it has me happy, and I would love to talk about it. But since this wasn't a very popular book, I thought it would be more beneficial to do a non-spoiler review so I can encourage more people to read this book who haven't. If you guys have read this book, comment stuff down below. You can DM my bookstagram. I'll have it in the description below, and we can talk about this book, because I'm very emotional about the things that happen in this book. So message me or comment stuff if you want to talk about it, because I would love to talk about it. Just make sure, if you guys put it in the comments, to put spoiler alert or something, so people who have not read it don't get spoiled. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm sorry if this was all over the place. My feelings for this book are all over the place. Like, I loved it, but I'm so emotional over it. I just have a hard time expressing my feelings about this book, because it threw my feelings out all over the ground and just stomped on it. But yeah, I mean, after saying all that about it ruined my feelings, definitely read this book, though. It definitely, I think it will change your life, change your perspective on some things, and yeah, I just think it's a really good book to read. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys go read this book, because you need to go read it. And I'm telling you, go get this book right now. Go get it, because it's amazing. And yeah, just go read this book, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!